Hello and welcome back to another segment of the Short Sale Minute. I'm Nick Lavera.
And I'm Ryan Smith.
And today we have some random things we want to discuss with you.
A little house cleaning we're doing.
Yeah, some stuff that we just want to clear the air with. Ryan, why don't you start?
You know, HAFA is still a hot topic, and I want to go over some of the things regarding HAFA. And I know in previous videos I was kind of bashing it, and I'm still not a huge fan of it. But one thing that strikes me as funny, Nick, is, first of all, the name, the Supplemental Directive 09-09R. It's already been revised, which is kind of funny to me, but it's really not surprising considering this is a government-sponsored program, which we all know the government's batting average is probably what in the last...
It's less than 10%.
Yeah, that's a horrible batting average.
Right.
But anyways, I just think it's kind of funny that some of these GSEs aren't included in HAFA. For instance, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, and VA. They're not part of HAFA. They're going to come out with their own programs. But the thing that's funny to me is that the Treasury Department has put into play some things such as...
While you're looking for that, why that's important to you, when Brian refers to the GSEs, those lenders that are made up of the GSEs, if you have a loan with one of them, you will not qualify for HAFA. They've been excluded from the HAFA program. So that's why that was important.
You're done. Fannie Mae is actually the administrator for the program, for HAFA. But yet they're not included in HAFA, which I think that's kind of funny. And then also, here I'm going to read this verbatim from the government's website. Treasury has selected Freddie Mac to serve as its compliance agent for HAFA, which we have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac both kind of entwined in this whole thing, but yet they're not participating in it. So it's just kind of funny to me. Another reason why I don't like HAFA is because I think it's relevant if you have one mortgage only. The reason being is if you have a second, the max they're going to get is $6,000 from HAFA, and if they don't sign off on $6,000, the deal's not going to go through. But more importantly, what the second lien holder has to give up is their right to come after that borrower down the road. They cannot seek a deficiency judgment after the close of this file, so that's leaving a lot of money on the table for those lenders, and I don't know how many of them are going to approve to that. And also, MI companies. If you're one of the if you're one of the many out there that pay mortgage insurance, not to be confused with your homeowner's insurance, your fire, and that kind of thing, but mortgage insurance, which protects the lender, the MI companies also have to sign off and say, yes, we are not going to pursue you after this file closes. If any one of those, a subordinate lien holder, a second or third lien holder, or the MI company says, no, we don't agree to that, then HAFA's dead, then it gets steered into the traditional short sale, which I like the traditional short sale.
So they've built in some protections, like, for example, the deficiency judgment, or the inability for the lender then to pursue a deficiency judgment if you happen to be the borrower on that loan. But what they've done is excluded a very large majority of people, because the overwhelming majority of people are in government loans at this point. So it's bizarre.
And so this is what I think about HAFA.
HAFA's done. Terrific. So the other thing we wanted to kind of chat with you about was, we try and keep up on the news, what's going on in the world, particularly in our industry. And you can read endlessly all day long. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone has a new program, and everyone has a new widget to help try and fix the problem in the industry. And one of the things we were going over a few minutes ago was some local statistics, at least local to the Southern California market. Actually, this is nationwide, but we were looking at the local changes in values over the last year. And as we're looking at these numbers, you can kind of go sideways sometimes. Your eyes can go cross-eyed as you try and absorb some of this stuff. But what had occurred to us is, at the end of the day, none of this means anything, particularly to you, the homeowner, who's dealing with your own personal economy right now and not necessarily thinking or even interested in what's going on with housing prices in any market. The fact of the matter is, you're in a situation and you need to get out of it somehow. You need help. And that's all that really matters, and we understand that. We get that just because home values have either gone up or gone down in your particular market, it's irrelevant. You're in a situation where you need to take some action and have someone as your advocate to help you get through this. And that's why we're here. This is one of the things we do. So I guess my message to you is, forget about the noise that's out there. don't get absorbed or caught up in all of the opinion makers that want to tell you what their prediction is for the economy tomorrow or 6 months from now, or even tell you what's going on today, because it is irrelevant. What's relevant is we get you out of the house you're in and moving on in your life into whatever new adventure that you're into.
Exactly. We have questions?
We do have a question.
Just one?
Actually, just one today.
Okay.
This came in actually hot off the press last night. The question was...
That's hot.
Yeah. The question was set up by this description. I have an investment property that I may not be able to continue making my payments on. But I also have some assets, bank accounts, stocks, bonds, IRAs. So the question was, can the lender attach or lien those accounts as a collection mechanism if I go late or default on my mortgage?
And I think I get to answer that.
That's you.
As far as I know, my knowledge would indicate that no, the bank cannot come after you. They cannot attach any of those accounts. But what you have to be careful about is if you do become delinquent and you enter into a short sale or goes to foreclosure, it could open up the can of worms on how things are disclosed. If you contact them and want to start a loan modification or a short sale, and you're not dealing with a professional that knows exactly what they're doing, it can open up some liability that you may not want opened. So I would proceed with caution, and actually I would just call us, contact us. And I have my handy dandy sign, info@theshortselleminute.com equals a little smiley face. So contact us, we'll make sure it's structured right, and we'll take care of you.
Absolutely. We're going to close today with a quote from one of my favorite authors, Peter Drucker. And Peter Drucker says, "The trouble with miracles is not, after all, that they happen rarely. It is that one cannot rely on them." And I think what Peter is saying is time to take action. Got to do something about the situation you're in. Don't expect pie in the sky miracle to fall on your lap.
What about hope and change?
Hope and change. Let's leave that alone. That'll be enough for today.
We'll catch you next time.